Hello, history lovers, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the life of a leader who was both a visionary and a man of deep contradictions. Woodrow Wilson, the 28th President of the United States. His story is a fascinating look at an academic who rose to the highest office in the land, reshaping America and the world in the process. Born in Virginia in 1856, Thomas Woodrow Wilson grew up in the shadow of the Civil War. Now, this experience profoundly shaped his views on national unity and the dangers of division. Unlike many presidents before him, Wilson wasn't a military man or a lifelong politician. He was a scholar, an intellectual. He earned his Ph.D. in political science from Johns Hopkins University and carved out a distinguished academic career, eventually becoming the president of Princeton University. At Princeton, he was known as a reformer, fighting against the elitist social clubs and trying to modernize the curriculum. This reformist zeal followed him into politics. In 1910, he was elected governor of New Jersey, where he took on powerful political bosses and pushed through progressive legislation. His success on the state level catapulted him onto the national stage. In the electrifying election of 1912, Wilson won the presidency in a four-way race. His domestic agenda, which he called the New Freedom, was incredibly ambitious. He took on monopolies with the Clayton Antitrust Act, established the Federal Trade Commission to ensure fair business practices, and, perhaps most significantly, created the Federal Reserve System, which remains the foundation of the U.S. financial system to this day. He also oversaw the passage of the 19th Amendment, granting women the right to vote, though his support for the cause was initially reluctant. However, Wilson's legacy is complex. His administration oversaw the expansion of racial segregation in federal workplaces, rolling back progress that had been made during Reconstruction. It is a stark and deeply troubling part of his record that complicates his image as a progressive champion. Of course, Wilson's presidency is most remembered for its second act, World War I. For years, he skillfully kept the United States out of the conflict, winning re-election in 1916 with the slogan, "He kept us out of war." But German aggression, particularly unrestricted submarine warfare, eventually forced his hand. In April 1917, Wilson asked Congress to declare war, framing it as a crusade to make the world safe for democracy. After the Allied victory, Wilson sailed to Paris with a grand vision for a lasting peace. He proposed his famous 14 points, a plan for a new world order based on open diplomacy, free trade, and national self-determination. The centerpiece of this plan was his most cherished idea, the League of Nations, an international body designed to prevent future wars through collective security. He poured all his energy into creating the League, winning a Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts. But in a tragic twist of fate, he couldn't convince his own country to join. The U.S. Senate, fearing a loss of American sovereignty, rejected the Treaty of Versailles and membership in the League. Exhausted from his campaign to win public support for the treaty, Wilson suffered a debilitating stroke in 1919 that left him partially paralyzed. For the rest of his term, his wife, Edith, carefully managed the flow of information to and from the president, essentially acting as a gatekeeper in a way that remains controversial to this day. Woodrow Wilson left office a broken man, his greatest dream unrealized. He passed away in 1924. He was an idealist who changed the fabric of American government, a world leader who envisioned a new era of international cooperation, and a man whose progressive ideals did not extend to all Americans. His is a legacy of monumental achievements and profound failings, reminding us that even the most influential figures in history are rarely simple heroes or villains. What do you think is Wilson's most important legacy? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. We'll see you next time.